Hello and welcome back to the channel. My name is Crashy, and today we're going to be talking about a title that is very aggressive. Now, obviously, the video is not that harsh, but you got to clickbait here on YouTube a little bit. It's how to fix Fortnite or how to save Fortnite. And basically, it is a 32-point wish list essentially from me, but we're going to get to that in just a second. So, guys, if you guys don't know, I'm going to be trying to focus a little bit more on YouTube content. And with that, that means I'm looking for a little bit more support. So if you don't mind, if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel, give the video a like, give every video a like, leave me a comment if it's something that, if you have something to say about it, or tweet at me, let me know your thoughts. And then put on post notifications if it's something, if you like my topic videos, if you like my VOD reviews and things like that, put on post notifications so that way you'll be notified whenever my uploads go live. I'll always post them on Twitter, so if you're not following me on Twitter, that's probably the best way to kind of consolidate everything about me. But nonetheless, let's go ahead and jump into this. Now, this list, I was sitting at work and I was just like in my own head going through every little thing I could think about Fortnite that I either don't like, that I think could be better, that needs to be fixed, should be fixed, things like that. So I'm gonna miss some things. Some of these things might even overlap in a little bit because like one might contradict the other, but they're both potentially good changes or good things that could fix the game. So just bear with me. Like I said, it's 32 bullet points. It's things that I'm going to talk a little bit about whenever I hit the bullet points, or I'll just give a little bit of an explanation. But this is how Crashy saves Fortnite. All right, again, and this is in no particular order. 32 bullet points. It was all just running wild in my mind. So number one, we need to standardize looting, having 100% chest and floor spawns, 100% chance to get heals out of chests. This would drastically kill RNG or reduce RNG in the game. There would still be RNG. Now, having 100% chest spawns and 100% loot spawns doesn't mean that you just have good stuff all the time. It just means that you're guaranteed to get something. And having 100% chance to get heals out of a chest, there would still be hidden RNG percentage chances inside of that for what you get. Now, bandages would have obviously a higher percentage chance to spawn in a chest than, say, mini is a big pot of chug, something like that. But guaranteeing that you could get heals out of a chest, I think would be good, because then you can guarantee that you're going to have some heals, that you're going to guarantee that POIs will give things that are necessary and can build a trajectory for a win. So ultimately, first bullet point, reduce RNG is essentially what I'm saying. Number two, vault all snipers but the semi-auto sniper, change the gun model of the semi-auto sniper to the heavy sniper, make the weapon do 70 damage with a 2.0 multiplier. This is a lot. This one took a little bit of theory crafting and thoughts on my mind. The heavy sniper is like a Barrett 50 cal. It actually has a giant magazine, so the fact that it's a bolt action sniper doesn't really even make any sense to me. It should be a semi-auto sniper. I always thought that it would be a semi-auto sniper. The semi-auto sniper coming back, it's a terrible gun. It's not a very good gun, but I also think that all snipers are very OP, in my opinion. I just don't like how you can do so much damage and ruin an entire game, with one shot. So I found an interesting solution in my mind. Get rid of all the snipers and have the heavy sniper become the semi-auto that does low damage but has the possibility to do 140 damage with a 70 damage shot with a 2.0 multiplier. That could be really cool in my mind. I think that could make the semi-auto sniper a viable weapon to some degree if you want a sniper, but doesn't make snipers across the board really overpowered. Number three, nerf / vault stinker stack size / damage over time. It's simple. Stinkers are OP. You either nerf the damage over time, or you vault them, or something like that. I just don't think they're good in their current state. I would like to see them changed. I don't, you know what I mean? I don't know. I think there's plenty of ways you can nerf them, have them sit as like a smoke cloud for 1 second before the damage starts ticking, have it do less damage over time for a longer duration, would be another way to balance it, or if just vaulting them, getting rid of them, would work as well. Number four, vault pistols. Pretty simple. All the pistols in the game suck. Maybe not the flintlock, to be honest. The flintlock could stay. The deagle's okay. Silence pistols pretty useless to a certain degree. Regular pistols pretty useless. Dualies they're okay, but they're a bloat item. We don't really need them. Just vault them. Number five, remove gray rarity from the game. This one will probably be pretty controversial, but I've thought about it a lot. There's absolutely no reason to have the gray rarity. I don't even remember what it's called. Like uncommon or common or whatever that rarity is. There's just no reason for it. The more rarities you have, all it does is increase RNG. It doesn't actually provide anything positive for the game at all. Now, with that change, you would have to probably make gray items either stay gray and not weapon rarities. Like I'm talking like bandages and like grenades and stuff. Those items would maybe just stay gray because it doesn't really make sense for those to have rarities anyways because there's only one of them, or just turn them blue. But ultimately, let's just get rid of gray weapons. You know, in their place would just be a better weapon. It's pretty simple. I think that actually makes perfect sense. Number 6, nerf frag grenade max stack size. I think like 6 frag grenades would be good. I think 10 is too many. I don't think frags are bad, but 10 is too many. Number 7, fine tune ammo caps for all ammo types. We got, what was it, the ammo cap of like 12 for rockets. You can have the 13th rocket inside of the actual weapon itself for an RPG, but all the other ammos go up to like 1,000, and it's pretty crazy, and I think it's pretty OP, especially with you know, weapons like the minigun and the drum gun. So we should probably pull those into at least like 500, and that's still a lot of rounds, but you can actually use 500 rounds and like pop off and spray people like crazy. So maybe like 500 rounds for some of these other things like that. All right, number 8, vault the drum gun. I think the drum gun's stupid. I think it's pretty simple. It's a really, really overpowered SMG no matter how you look at it. So pretty stupid. Number 9, add an FOV slider. Simple. You got rid of stretch res. Stretch res was ugly anyways. I'd rather have an FOV slider. People want an FOV slider. Some people are going to get motion sickness with and without native FOV. Let's just give the option to the players. Number 10, add siphon and mats per kill to pubs. I think this is a pretty popular one. I don't actually care. I mean, yeah, I'd like to enjoy pubs myself every now and then too, but I don't personally care that much if it happens or not, but I would like that. It'd be cool. Number 11, fix the state of shotguns, i.e. there's 3 options here in my eyes, and this is super hypothetical, but my opinion still stays the same. We need to fix the state of shotguns, but here's how I would do it. You either unvault a nerfed pump, so we bring out the pump but nerf it, and then you vault attack. Okay, sorry, I said that weird. You unvault a nerfed version of the pump. That's one way you could fix it, in my opinion. Probably vault attack with it. The second option would be you vault attack and unvault the heavy, and you leave the current combat shotgun. The last option would be you leave the current shotguns the way they are and revert the combat drop rate nerf. There's lots you can do with these shotguns right now. Honestly, I think the tack should just go. I think the tack is like, it's had its time. So we should either bring back a pump and nerf it to where like maybe it can only do max like 150. I don't know. I think that'd be fair. Like a max damage pump shot to the head, boom, 150. Have to swap or something. That could be cool. Or you could just opt to use a combat shotgun. I think a nerfed pump with a combat shotgun meta would be pretty healthy. The combat would probably actually be the better option. Maybe. I don't know. Pump SMG might be faster. Hard to say. Number 12, vault ballers make other vehicles 100% spawn rate. Again, reducing RNG by not having vehicles have 50% spawn rate, and ballers are stupid. Let's just go ahead and get rid of them. Number 13, vault vending machines or standardize them. What I mean by vault vending machines or standardize them is they're pretty dumb. They're pretty RNG. Sometimes you get really crazy stuff. Sometimes you get useless ones. Sometimes they're not there at all. Or standardize them, meaning like the bigger the town, guarantee that one's going to be there, and like have the max rarity be like purple, but don't put like RPGs in it. Does that make sense? You know what I mean? Like, don't put a heavy sniper. Well, in my version of the game, there is no heavy sniper. But don't put like really OP stuff in it. But standardize it so people can have an idea of like where they should go to get the items, something like that. Just a rework of them in general. Number 14, improve the competitive format, ESL format. Pretty simple. I can't stand the current format. I think it's terrible, and ESL format was amazing, and I just hope that in the future we get a different format. Number 15, add more layers to arena and add a leaderboard. Now, this is simple as well. Getting to champion is way too easy. It's just, you have 3 ranks where you can't even lose points. You know, a lot of people have gotten up there. It doesn't feel fun to grind. Once you get to champion, the games aren't serious because nobody cares. There's no leaderboard, so nobody's actually working toward anything. It just becomes like a sweaty pub fest, W key zone. And I think it could actually be fixed with leaderboards and more tiers and more layers. So that could be one way to fix the game a little bit, help the game out a lot. Let me see where I'm at. Number 16, add more layers to World Cup qualifiers. In my opinion, there's a couple ways you do this. You have, instead of just being top 6 on the leaderboard and qualifying for World Cup, they should take the top 100 players, do a custom, take the top 6 from that top 100. That's way more fair, way more competitive. Or you can take like a lot of people, like let's say 200 per region, send them to LAN, do LAN qualifiers, have a finals. That's obviously a lot more expensive for Epic Games, way more expensive for Epic Games. It takes more time, and the logistics of that are a little bit higher, but it would be really, really rewarding for the competitive scene. Number 17, remove the hot spot drone things. I don't even know what they're called. They're stupid. They kind of ruin the game to me. There's so many people landing at them, and they give pretty good loot, and sometimes they give dog shit loot. So I don't really know. They're just weird. They're dumb. They're weird. I'm not a fan. Number 18, standardize minimum ping at 30, i.e. balance box fighting. I don't even know if this is possible. I don't really know how this would work, or I really don't know. All I know is that having a ping disadvantage as big as I have, and as big as some players have on low ping versus high ping in Fortnite when it comes to box fighting and wall taking, it doesn't work. The game isn't fair. I'm playing a different game than other people that have low ping. They're playing a different game. They're playing the game with superpowers. So ultimately, the sentiment is make box fighting fair, make ping not matter so much. That would drastically improve the game, in my opinion. Number 19. Number 19, I put or add central servers. Obviously, adding central servers wouldn't be the best solution. In my opinion, we should just have a really balanced game. But if they did add central servers, at least technically everybody in the country could play on central. But then the central server players would have the advantage. So that doesn't really fix anything, but it would help. Either that, or you could split NA into 3 different regions. Now, obviously, I'm talking from a North American player's perspective. There are people in the Middle East that don't have servers. There are people in different parts of Europe that play on high ping. I can't speak to that. So I guess my overall sentiment with these 2 points is just to make ping and connectivity and servers better and such for all of Fortnite. Make that better. Let's work on the network infrastructure of Fortnite. Number 20, make seeing through the zone viable on non-colorblind mode. Seeing through the zone on regular mode is absolutely impossible, and it's ridiculous, and you can't see what you're doing. But if you play on colorblind options, then you get a bit of an advantage, and to be honest, that's really stupid. Number 21, vault the boombow. Boombow is stupid. You could nerf it, but it's honestly just a dumb weapon. It's way too easy, super rewarding, does a lot of damage, and uses shotgun shells, which is like easy to come by, so I think it's a dumb weapon. Number 22, vault/buff the heavy assault rifle. The AK is pretty terrible. If you see, here's the thing though, if you buff it, it might make the infantry terrible because it has more rounds. So like that's the only thing it has going for it, but the infantry actually is a laser, and like if you have good aim, you can actually do things with it. So the AK just kind of sucks. I don't know. You either nerf it, you either buff it or you vault it, and I'm not going to pretend like I'm the best at balancing things. In my opinion, I don't know. In my opinion, the AK should be a high damage rifle that has really bad accuracy and has a high rate of fire. So it should be like an AR version of an SMG with like really bad control, just like shoots out a bunch of bullets or something like that. That's what I thought it would be, but hard to say what they would do with it. Number 23, spawn players with 100 mats and a gray pistol. Now obviously I don't want gray weapons, and I obviously don't want gray or pistols in the game, but spawning players with 100 mats would give them a little bit of cushion to keep themselves alive, and spawning a player with a pistol would give them at least the tiniest bit, a 4%, 2% chance to to fight for their life if they don't get the gun that they're landing on, if they're 50-50ing a weapon. If I don't know. With standardized loot, it wouldn't be that much of a big deal. So like I said, this is one of those contradictions. If there was standardized loot, you don't really need this, but I don't think it would hurt the game in any way, shape, or form. I don't think spawning someone with 100 mats and a pistol would hurt the game. I think that would be pretty cool. Number 24, fix audio/shrug. Audio sucks. I don't even know what to say about it. Just like, please make it better. Hire some specialist in audio in the industry. just make the audio better. It's really tough. I understand there's a lot of layers to this game. It's a very vertical game. There's a lot of people. It's a tough situation. I just know that audio is really bad, and you know, as competitive gamers and just gamers in this day and age of competitive gaming or gaming in general, online multiplayer games, audio is really important. Number 25, in all caps, bug fixes. This game is insanely filled with bugs. I don't know if they have to take a month off of content to sink more people into bug fixes and QA and stuff. I honestly think if they made that like well known in public, like they publicized the fact that they really want to tackle a bunch of bugs rather than keeping to their normal schedule, I would be totally fine with that. I think the majority of the community would appreciate something like that. So I don't know. Number 26, remove scroll wheel edit reset. Look, I use it. It's just really broken. And I mean, in the current set of shotguns, it's not even nearly as strong as it used to be. You know, being able to instantly edit your builds. But it's pretty strong, and console / not even console, just controller players can't do that. And I think it'd be better to not have that in the game. I think it'd be better. So yeah. Number 27, very slight nerf to aim assist. Now, this is a very controversial one, so if it doesn't even happen, it's not that big a deal. But they had a 5-second like timer, a 5-second delay on aim assist, and that was obviously really stupid. I remember when I read that and they were going to try to balance aim assist, they put a 5-second timer on it. I instantly knew it wasn't going to work, and it was a stupid change. So I said maybe like a half a second to 1 second, try it out, see if it totally wrecks aim assist. Then I don't know, maybe they'll have to explore other things or just leave it alone. But maybe they could experiment with that, because aim assist, there are some instances where it's pretty tough, but it's definitely necessary. So we'll sympathize with the controller players on that. Number 28, remove wall replace animation cancel. The clicks thing, the animation cancel thing, it's not even that bad. Everybody can do it, especially if you master the timing, which is really not even that hard. But I think ultimately, like, would it not be better to just not have like tiny little exploits like that in the game? I mean, this one's not a big deal. If it's in, everybody can do it. If it's not in, it's not that big a deal. In my idealistic world, ping is not as big of a factor as it is right now, so I don't think that would be that big of an issue. So, number 29, possibly remove jump fatigue. I don't really get the point for jump fatigue. I don't really see a benefit for having it in the game, and it just makes the game feel a little bit clunky, and I don't think like it would ruin the game or hurt the game to not have it. So maybe they could experiment with it. I don't know. It would be interesting to see how the game played out if nobody ever jump fatigued. I feel like it would just make the game feel smooth. I don't really feel like you should be punished for jumping. It doesn't really make any sense to me. Number 30, nerf spike traps. 150 damage is too much to me. I think 100 damage would be good. I just think like when you're trying to be aggressive on someone's box and you finally get in and, you did a whole bunch of work and you had them kind of like, they're back against the wall and then they spike trap you and kill you, or even just do 150. It's a little ridiculous. So I would like to see that nerf down to 100. Number 31, create an intuitive experience for customs, more customizable, a UI, player list, the ability for only the host to start matches. It's simple. If customs are going to be in the game, it would be nice if they were like functional, and they're just kind of like thrown in. Like you just slap down a set of characters, and anybody that got in there can get in there. You can't even tell how many people are queued. You can't tell who's in it. You can't tell who's starting your game. You can't change items and customization. You can't do anything with customs. They're kind of whack. But glad we have them for sure. But would definitely love to see them better. And the last but not least, number 32, remove shotgun swap delay. It's obvious. There's no double pumping anymore. We don't need that in the game. It sucks that it's still in the game. I wish it wasn't still in the game, but that's all I can say about it. So that's my list. This is how Crashy saves Fortnite. Obviously, there's a lot of people that would do something different. Some of these things are controversial. Some of these are contradictory. You're not going to agree with all of them, but this is a pretty long list, and this has been a pretty long video. So let me know what you think in the comment section down below. As I said in the very beginning, please subscribe to the channel. Give me a like. Reward me and my journey of content creation and trying to make something of myself. I would definitely appreciate it. So let me know in the comment section down below. Tweet at me. Let me know what you think, or give me some things that you would add to the list, or why you don't like something on the list. And let's start some dialogue. All right, thanks again. Thank you for checking out this video, and I'll see you on the next one. Do you feel your bones start to shake? Do you feel the earthquake? Do you feel the fire?